Welcome, Wapham crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, whoever may be listening beyond the Omniverse tonight. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas. On a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Saturday, March 23rd, Sunday, March 24th for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and welcome to We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm your host, TessaTNT, and we are broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight, so glad you could join us this evening. It's going to be a pretty cool night. Adrrian is going to come on here a little bit later, and we have a video that is pulled up that is a Bigfoot video. I just saw the first 2 minutes of it, just to see what it was, and it looked pretty good from the get-go. Like, I was intrigued, wanted to see more. So I want to share that, and hopefully you guys will be down with checking that out as well. If you're listening live right now, you may be listening to us on KPNL Radio, which you can find at KPNL Radio at kpnl-db.com. You can also find us on eTalk Radio, which you can find at etalk.tv/radio, as well as StreamYard if you like to listen. Facebook Live, we're on video there for Four Corners Paranormal Investigations, as well as We Are Paradox Media, and also on YouTube. If you don't mind, mosey on over to our YouTube and give us a like, and please subscribe. That way, next time we have a show come out, you'll be privy to it, and you'll be able to know when the next show is. Looks like Adrrian just came in. I'm going to add him here in just a little bit. But yeah, so your treat tonight is this awesome Bigfoot video, and we're going to be talking about high strangeness of the Four Corners. Let me just make sure that my echo cancellation is on. Okay, looks good. I just don't want to be echoing for Adrrian. Hello. Can you hear me? Is it echoing at all? Okay, good. All right. How you been? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's not good.
Really,
Yes.
yeah, really
Go ahead. Sorry.
bad experience. Yeah, it's really bad experience. I would say I've never gotten sick like that before.
Have you ever had COVID before?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, it's funny
No,
because when we
I
first
don't
got
think so.
when we first got sick about, I would say a month, maybe a month and a half ago, they said it was influenza B,
Yeah.
but we all felt like it was worse than when we had COVID. And supposedly there's a virus out there, the C-word virus, that doesn't test positive for COVID, so I'm not sure exactly what that was. And then immediately after that, we got another cold, which was just more irritating than anything, a cough and runny nose. And then the residuals for that kept going. And then last night, my glands in my neck swelled up. And I'm like, why do I keep getting sick? I don't get it. I take my vitamins and stuff.
Yeah. I hear you. Could be like what you eat too,
Yeah. Yeah, like as far as like eating, I try to cook my own meals and stuff, that way you have less preservatives and junk like that in it. But yeah, sometimes when you're in town, you'll grab a cheeseburger or something, but for the most part, I try to eat well, but it's not always so easy.
sure. I hear you. Sometimes it's just kind of want to eat what you want to eat. Eh, Nobody ain't gonna stop you from that.
Right?
Uh,
I got to talk to my little brother the other day. He's down
Sometimes
there
it
in
puts you.
Cortez, and he's not in a very good situation as far as housing and stuff, and so it's hard to contact him. But I got to talk to him, and I was telling him I'm on cholesterol medicine. It was either cholesterol medicine or you change your diet, and I'm like, I'm not gonna change what I'm eating because I like good food. I like butter. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely is hard to deny yourself. I would say the food that you want compared to the food that you are given.
Hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense,
Yeah.
or the food that you should be eating. Yeah. I live with a diabetic, so she doesn't eat a lot of greasy foods, and uh, yeah, so it's like really hard to share meals and compared to what I like and what she likes, it's like they're very different too. So
Right. Well, not too long ago, I believe it was this last week, you sent me this Bigfoot video. And I was wanting to share that for the first hour and then get into some other stuff for the second and third hour. What do you think?
oh yeah, whatever you want.
All right. Well, let's get
It's all
into
good.
it. So I'm going to pop this up really quick, make it bigger. All right, here we go. If you hear an echo in this, let me know, because generally when I share a video, I have to mute it, and then the sound comes through my end for some reason. But let me know if you hear an echo, because I don't hear it. Does it sound good?
Yeah, did
The apple's gone over here too. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit of a headache right now. I don't feel good. This is freaking me out. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab the other trail camera. I feel like I'm gonna fall over. What was that? That was like a growl. Okay. I'm just gonna grab the trail camera and I'm gonna get out of here. I can't. I just heard the growl again. I don't feel good. My head is really starting to hurt. That was the whoop right there.
Bigfoot whoop. Okay, so it's buffering already, but it makes me wonder, like, why is he getting, like, the headaches and stuff? Is that, like, something that Bigfoot puts out there? Because there's different theories about Bigfoot, but it's pretty interesting.
yeah.
There's something
Sometimes
up in
I
those
think
mountains
sometimes yeah.
that's making this noise. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. Okay, really. I didn't bring any weapons or anything. So really, that was one right there. I don't really feel safe being here. I'm just gonna get out of here. What is that right there? that is definitely some kind of bone. This is the tree cave that we found the...
Uh-oh.
Wow. I mean, that looks...
Yeah.
That could be a femur right there. And the smell, too. Oh my
I've seen
God.
that one. You know, especially when he starts picking it up and smelling it, it's like,
Oh my God, it smells really bad.
hell?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh,
Next he's gonna taste it.
smells like
Put that
skunk.
down.
Some kind of rotten
Yeah.
skunk smell.
How is this kind of like disgusting? I kind of thought that was
They're
kind of
really
odd of him to
strong.
do.
That was
But,
right there. I heard it again.
Yeah, and like how much he's doing it too. It's like one smells good enough for me. Like I'm not gonna do it repeatedly.
Okay, I mean, this is the bone of a large male. There's hairs in the end too. If you look really closely, there's some white hair.
Pause it really quick. So what were you saying?
No, it's just kind of weird how he's holding it and, you know, sniffing it, and it's kind of like, what are you? Do you know what a dead person bone would smell like, or you know what an animal, you know, compared to an animal, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, that's just like, this is kind of odd to me. And then like the whoops and stuff, like I've never heard the whoops before. You know, it's just kind of, it's just a whole territorial yell that
hmm
I heard in the
Well, and
mountains.
generally, like when they whoop, I've seen that could mean that there's a group of them or something, and they're communicating to each other. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what this crazy guy's gonna do.
I don't know if the camera can pick that up. There's some white hairs in the end. It smells really bad. It's like rotting garbage. Oh my God.
Get out of the trash.
Okay, so I guess
Act like
this
your
is
mama
gonna
raised
be
you right.
today's native species.
His
I'm getting out of here. I do not feel safe right now. I think I just heard another call from up there.
digging in.
I mean, this thing could be anywhere around here. It could be watching me right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get out of here.
Enhanced. Okay, what are we enhancing?
I just heard the
Oh
growl again.
gosh. Huh.
I don't feel good. My head is really starting to hurt.
I don't get what they were doing.
I think I just heard another
I don't know. I kind of feel
call
like
from up there.
maybe like a warning.
I mean,
Yeah.
this thing could be anywhere.
So it looks like it's the same guy with several different videos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
what the heck?
What happened?
Oh, it's peeking up over the rock. Oh, is that the one that looks like it's carrying a baby?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. There was one like that in Silverton just this year.
All Sasquatch species.
Just looks weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like a gorilla almost, you know.
Right?
Like I don't know. I think there's so much skeptics about Sasquatch, you know.
That's a weird shape on the top of its head, too.
Wow. Wow. Fish Ladder Rapids in the Upper Mackenzie between O'Lally Creek Campground and Frizzell. Class 4 rapids, about 1,650 CFS this morning. Rolling through here. Big drop in terms of elevational drop, super fast. Can't slow the boat down much once you get into this business. And stay centered for me, Matt. A little more right to the body. Very up. Good. You don't want to be out there too. Cut it left here. Stay centered for me, Matt.
Oh, yeah, off to the left. I was like, where the heck is it?
Stay centered for me, Matt.
This is one where most people say, looks like they filmed it with a potato. I'm like, how would you film something with a potato? But let's see what they're saying. It's just all granulated.
Oh,
Probably going to
There's
commercial.
one simple vision hack
Yep.
anyone can use to improve vision. So you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you know that
Hi, optometrist.
yeah.
Yeah, usually I email these to myself and you don't get the commercials, but I didn't do that with this one, unfortunately.
I just found a little bit of snow,
Yeah.
some piled logs, but as we wander up, as we wander up into the trees a little bit, we notice that there's a pile of a brush here. And as we look inside, we find out that something.
Brad's getting eaten alive.
Brad, let me climb out for a minute. Let me get a look into this thing. Let me walk around it a little bit. First of all, some kind of creature has taken and piled tons and tons of leaves and branches to either camouflage or make a place to hide. We notice claw marks as we look at the trees and stuff.
Then we come around, we spin in here, and we see how whatever it is has been all smoothed out.
Damn. Like a nice Bigfoot hotel,
Yeah, right?
Go over next to my pillow this
huh?
time.
Yeah.
We see that they use trees around about to just
The kid's all crawling in there. I was going to track your scent.
snap like
Make you
twigs.
dinner.
Hatchets, no human marks of a saw.
Made a Bigfoot bed.
Yeah, broken branches.
Everything snapped as though by mighty, mighty strength. Every bit of the
Well, they gotta have somewhere to sleep, right?
Right?
Fire pits.
we see down here a fire pit, but we see no evidence that there was ever a fire.
He's walking down.
That's
Oh, my
weird.
word.
Bigfoot's walking down right now.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if somebody thought about like making a camp there, built a fire pit, and then saw or heard something and
See
left.
something moving on the hill above.
Where is it? Is it like where are those trees like right on the
Yeah.
back of it?
That thing is huge.
No, it stopped and looking at us.
It's kind of looking at us.
I don't see it.
Moving now.
The trees. It's to the right of them. It's walking that way. Trees.
You see?
Okay. See that King's Castle?
He's that
Down that
kind
hill.
of little skinny thing.
That little thing. On the right side of the tree.
Kind of small, but this is a far way away.
I don't see nothing. Seriously.
On the ridge.
On the ridge.
Right on the ridge.
Almost to those trees.
Guy said he don't see nothing.
What are you guys looking at?
Three patches of snow up there.
Yeah.
See the one
Like,
right up,
yeah.
straight up above the patch of snow.
Right under that big wall. Right
Yeah.
there.
The bigger patch of the three patches of snow.
Over here.
Yeah.
What about it?
He's walking up.
Oh, that is weird.
Just there. Did you see him moving? He's almost to the tree. There's those two trees. The three, but it might be three trees.
He's
Just
in the
walk into
trees.
The three trees.
Oh.
You see the three trees there, don't you? Right up the very ridge. Well, wait a second. He should.
You know, some people do have
Yeah.
good
He
eyes,
should
you
come
know.
out in between them.
Mhm.
Past them, I would think. There you see him right between the two.
I had an uncle who
See?
who could probably
He's
see that
between the
far,
two trees right now.
and he could make out the details.
Where? Dang it!
You
Oh
know,
wow.
as
Now
for
it's coming
me-
towards him.
yeah, for me, I would.
He's shaking his fist at us.
Oh, jeez.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
screaming at us something. Get out of my
Uh-oh.
camp.
Jeez.
Get out of my camp.
He probably said, "Hey, there's 15 Bigfoots down there."
He's coming. Is he coming down?
He's
like
jumping up and down.
I
He's
would
going back and
get
forth.
out
He
of
is
there
furious.
soon, but I
He
mean,
knows we're in his.
just to get the evidence is
Now he's almost in the tree.
Where's John?
something.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not lobbing some big rocks.
There he is.
That is.
All right.
Like a person.
It does
too
not
far.
look like a
Doesn't
person.
look like a person.
Yeah.
Its arms are way too big. Look at how long the hands hang down.
Maybe
to
he's
them.
just kind of making,
They're down to his knees.
yeah,
at
making like
least, aren't they?
fists, you know, just
Look
kind of know,
Look what I'm looking at.
like, kind of like a person, you know.
Mhm.
Now, when the guy comes walking
You know,
down and
'cause-
says, "Hi," you're gonna erase all of that.
Yeah.
This is.
I think yeah, somewhat intelligent.
It's not very.
Yeah, for sure.
About an hour. Gets dark around 9.
Okay, we better have our
And
His
if he
arms
can, you know,
obviously
Hold
hang.
on. I need to.
His arms obviously hang below his knees.
Shh. Don't make fun of Sasquatch.
I'm running out of focus here. Right there we go.
I say we bag him.
Huh?
What?
We could probably get some pretty good money. Just tranquilize the sucker.
Yeah, you got a tranquilizer?
That's all we need.
Jeez.
It's not very good
That
proof,
is
though.
fine.
If you actually show up with him sleeping in a cage, that's proof for you. John's got the 22.
We're definitely not going to shoot him.
No, tranquilize him. You can. John's a smart guy. He can figure out a way to use that gun to get tranquil.
Well, here we are. It's Wednesday morning. We've seen no sign of our visitor. Looks like Bigfoot has decided to take another path.
They
Everybody's
stayed
up.
there? What the hell?
Here's our camp. Oh, there's some people cooking breakfast.
I've never seen that part, but it's pretty cool.
Right? You're like, what the heck? I would not be staying there.
While submerged underwater.
Sorry about the commercial, guys. Oh, and the internet's just been terrible. My extender link went out today, too. I don't know what happened today, if there was a flare or what.
Yeah. Maybe the weather.
No, it stopped and looking at us.
It's kind of looking at us.
I don't see it.
Moving
The
now.
trees. It's to the right of them.
I think that's some pretty good evidence, you know?
Yeah.
The King's Castle?
Kind of reminds me of one I saw in Utah where a father and son saw something similar up on a side of a mountain.
Small, but this is a far way away.
I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
On the ridge.
On the ridge.
Right on the ridge.
Almost to those trees.
It's coming down this way.
Dang.
See the patch of snow?
I mean, they are, you know,
Patches of snow up there.
tall. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
See the one right up, straight up above the patch of snow.
And
Right under that big wall.
he would be that tall.
The
I think.
bigger patch of the
Almost looks like a person, but
yeah. He's walking up right on the ledge. See, he's just
But not like the shape of the head and like they're saying the arms.
tree there. Those two trees. Three of them.
yeah, that is weird.
He's in the trees.
The three trees. You see the three trees there, don't you? Right up the very ridge. Well, wait a
I mean,
second.
how would you really know, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should come out in
Unless it was like really close to you or you had a scope or something.
See him right between the two trees right now?
Yeah, so true. Binoculars.
Between the two trees
Mhm.
right now. Where? Dang it. He must
Two
have.
trees to the left of King's Castle. See King's Castle?
Yeah.
He's shaking his fist at us.
Yeah, he's got some long arms.
He's screaming at us something. Get out of my camp. Get out of my camp.
He's probably saying there's 15.
I can't believe they stayed the night there. That's crazy.
Is it coming down?
He's
like
jumping up and down.
How does he know he's
going
screaming,
back
get
and
out
forth.
of
He
his
is
camp,
furious.
you know?
Right?
He was wearing our
Body language?
Yeah. Yeah, so true. That is funny. I wonder where that took place.
That is.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. When they had the title on there, I
Its arms are
missed
way
it.
too big. Look at how long the hands hang down to the.
How can you see from they're down to his knees at least, aren't they?
Look what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I think they have some stabilizer sort of software or something that's making it jump around like that, making the picture more stable.
This is.
Probably about an hour. Gets dark around 9.
Okay, we better have our Bible.
His arms obviously
Hold
hang.
on. I need to.
His arms obviously hang below his knees.
Shh. Don't make fun of Sasquatch.
I'm running out of focus here.
Yeah. It's pretty good evidence. Well, it's more evidence than I got.
I say
you
we
know,
bag
just like, you know, eyewitness or.
We could probably get some pretty good money. Just tranquilize the sucker.
Yeah, me too. All I got is footprints. That's about it.
It's not very good proof, though. If you actually show up with him sleeping in a cage.
The guy that wants to bag him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, did you bring a tranquilizer gun? I don't think so.
Right. It's
It'd be
how's
funny
he
if they
gonna pick
did.
up that guy anyways.
Tranquilize him. You can. John's a smart guy. He can figure out a way.
How are they gonna drag him off the mountain?
Okay, so this one's in Florida.
right?
I noticed where it was this time.
Now, I thought about catching a Bigfoot myself.
I think I'd feel bad.
Like, I don't know. I don't think I would. It's kind of be like one of those guys, like, hey, I bagged a Bigfoot, you know? Too funny. Yeah, that is strange. And just like walking across the whole tall grass there,
Mm-hmm.
right? In Shiprock, we have tall grass like that. And there's all kinds of trails down there.
Mm-hmm.
Trails that are just there.
Well, it could be like wildlife or people or Bigfoot or SWs or I don't know.
No, nobody. Where those trails are, the tall grass.
Mm-hmm.
How I stood up to one of those tall grass and they go up like over your head, right?
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I mean, so like, how would a SW be walking around down there? You know, it has to be something kind of like Jurassic, like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like Bigfoots are kind of Jurassic, you know? They like those kind of areas, like, where they can just kind of run around and
And I feel like
they
out of all
probably
the
are
places they
nocturnal, you
could,
know,
like,
but
be down there, like, that's the place they probably feel safest.
what do you mean, like down in the tall grass?
Yeah, and where it's, like, I don't know, not overly developed and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man. That's a pretty good video of theirs, you know? Especially in
Mm-hmm.
daytime.
Well, yeah, and I can't believe, like, he caught him cutting across the field. It makes me wonder if the Bigfoot even knew he was there.
Yeah. Just running by like, hey.
Just on my way to work.
Yeah. I was waiting to use the bathroom.
Right? Gotta do some paperwork.
Yeah. 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 For sure. Yeah. That's funny. Oh my god. On his way to the office.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's so strange, like, to figure out, like, where are they going, you know, or, like, where he was headed, and
You can tell he's in a hurry. Like, he's not just petering around. Like, he's seriously heading somewhere quick.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to be face to face with that thing, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, find your fun. Yeah, I so wish I would have emailed this to myself so we didn't have that.
filming.
Okay, over here.
It's natural.
Why natural? I have something to say, God damn it. You want to act natural? I got something to say.
He's got a microphone in his hand.
I got something to say. I got a microphone.
Go ahead, Paul, because we're all
I
interested
don't want
in
to
your
close up. Say
opinion.
that's good enough. I just want to say that this is the
I like
Limbo
this
Lake
one.
campgrounds, and this is the camping time of the Can. We came here to camp, and Kenny's main objective is to burn cans. And if you notice within the fire, and Doug, please get a shot of this.
There you go.
Can with one can in there. I want you to look at this, because when we leave, ladies and gentlemen, when we leave here, we hope to have many cans melted in here. And this is the beginning. This is the Friday night. It's about
Oh, that's not good.
9 o'clock. So we hope to have many, and as the cans melt, our fun will increase. So this is the Limbo Lake Campgrounds, number one night, beginning the first can, and with the first can, we will burn many more, and may we burn many more in years to come.
Here, here.
Thank you.
Here, here.
There.
As we
There's gonna be
pan
2 of
over,
these
you can
cans
see
full.
Kenny. He's going to
2
start
cans.
babbling a little bit as well.
2 coffee cans
All right,
full.
now we're going to
You
pan
said
out
you could
across
fit
the
5
lake.
cases in 1 coffee can. I brought extra big
It's a
bags.
small lake, actually. It's a pond. But you can still get an idea of just how good size this is. There are some nice fish in this body of water here. Caught a few. Hopefully get a few on film tomorrow. All right, as you can see, we got the campsites, each and every one here starting the fires now. It's almost 7:30, quarter after, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't even see it, did you? Oh, there it is. It's over in the tree line over there to the right.
Yeah. I think I've seen that one where there's, Bigfoot were just kind of like swinging around on the tree and baby Bigfoots, supposedly.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I saw the one walking through the trees. I didn't see it up in the trees. Dang. Yeah, because when I saw that one walking through the trees, I'm like, that could be another camper, but that's definitely not another camper. Wow. Definitely in way better shape than me. I would not be able to get away, I don't think. Yeah, they're repeatedly showing the same stuff, but... Huh?
Really strange,
Mm-hmm.
Some good videos. Yeah. Huh. All of a sudden, just caught the Sasquatch on camera. Yeah, it's like, one minute you're filming, the next moment you have a Sasquatch on the camera, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, what are the odds? My friend Glow gifted me a camera to put in my car because, you know, you catch stuff on the road sometimes too. So I want to set that up just, you know, just in case. But yeah, being out in the country like that, I take lots of pictures, but not really video. So that's a pretty good catch, especially for 96.
Yeah. For sure. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're kind of oversharing this part of the clip. We saw it. Let's move on. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wonder, like, how fast is that thing moving?
Yeah. And then, like, why out in the open, you know, like...
Well, I think that's why it's hauling ass, is because it's running across an open space, so it's trying to get to the tree line as fast as it can. I think they kind of slowed it down here so you could see it better, but he was definitely moving pretty fast to get to the other side.
I wonder why.
Probably just because it's an open space, I would think.
Yeah, and you never know, he probably was just kind of minding his own business, you know, and then kind of noticed somebody up on the ridge, like, oh shit, you know, so he started booking
Liberty,
it. So.
liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty Bibberty.
Yeah, that is funny. Love that commercial.
Yeah.
Go Dad, see where the heck he's at because it's almost sundown.
Okay, son.
Sorry if I was being rude, but still. Dad was supposed to pick us up hours ago.
I know, boy. Get out. Be done here in just a bit.
Oh, you're on your show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
No worries, son. I'll be out in a minute. Love you too.
Let's set this back up. There we go.
Thanks, boy.
You need a heater in this hot?
Yeah, boy, it's cold in here. It's not anymore because I got the heater. Alright, I'll see you in a minute.
Alright, love you.
Love you too. Oh, wow. Was that an albino one?
I don't know. It was just like so fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's supposedly an albino Bigfoot in Rico, Colorado. And it's funny because it's on the other side of the valley from where the other Bigfoot are, so I wonder if once they get to a certain age, they kind of get chased off by the younger males. Wow.
Yeah. No.
On Saturday morning, first day of our vacation.
Was that him out there wakeboarding? It just didn't look like a tree. I wonder if that was him. Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
kind of out there. Oh, yep. Oh, wow.
This is some of those little ones.
Damn,
Tracks
that was fast.
that's in here. I come back up here today to cast these.
Man, Brixton.
They look like they're about
A few minutes. See, that's all I ever got was tracks.
they're pretty good little tracks. They sure little one. Went right up this old trail.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Run around up there to his mommy, I guess.
And like walking around in Chester Mountains, like there were so many tracks, right?
Poor these.
That you couldn't even tell what.
Well, I got my cast
kind
made.
of tracks they were.
Yeah, when we went up to Rico, we did a paranormal investigation at the Enterprise Bar and Grill, and then the next day we went up looking for Bigfoot, because when we were doing security up there the year before, we had rocks being thrown and different noises and stuff like that. So we trespassed and went over there, and I found the tracks, but I didn't have a casting thing, so I want to make that part of my kit as like a casting kit.
Tried there.
Because like otherwise you just have pictures.
A little bit more.
And I didn't have a tape measure, I just had my foot next to the track.
Yeah. Oh.
Sometimes they come here and get water. Yeah, it looks like they've been here. Yeah. Been one here anyway. I don't know how. It looks like it's pretty fresh. Yeah, go around this bush here. See what's going on here. Oh yeah, here's where. Yeah, here's
Kind of
coming
makes
down.
you think, you know.
Oh shit, he's come down and went back up both. Yeah. Look at that.
Well, for me anyhow, that's kind of making me
Back
think.
up the road, come down the
Yeah.
road.
I definitely believe they're out there.
Of course,
Yeah,
like,
there.
yeah. And of course, like Sasquatch would want to drink water, you know. It's not like he's just like a Terminator walking around or, you know, invincible.
Right?
Yeah, where he's come back
It's
up,
just
come
like,
back up.
yeah. It's like us, you know. He needs water and sunshine and shade and maybe just places to kind of hang out, you know, without nobody trying to bother him.
Well, yeah, and it makes you think, because, like, back in the day of Cro-Magnon man and, you know, humans and all these different sorts of cavemen, I think there were several different variations, and each of them, like, either mated or killed each other out or whatnot. And I don't know, I kind of feel like it's related, in a sense, to us. So I think it's very intelligent, it knows what it's doing, and it wants to stay as far away from us as possible. Oh, there it is. But yeah, if I was Bigfoot, I wouldn't trust humans. And yeah, there's some cool ones, but for the most part, you know, not a safe thing to interact with.
Get up here. Get a better picture.
Shit, I don't even like most people.
thing went across
Same here.
there. Yeah. I just wonder.
Excuse
It
me.
should be right here somewhere.
I can't believe he got him on film. Like, he had the tracks, and he said it looked pretty fresh, and then there he was, cutting across the trees.
Oh, God.
They're so good at hiding. Like, some people have a theory that it's interdimensional. I'm not quite convinced. I think they're just really good at hiding and camouflaging.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder where they went. Oh, God. 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
I always see them when I'm by myself. Never see them when there's anybody else with me. That's pretty good. Where'd they go? Hear my heart beating. 40 miles an hour. Must have went up over the hill there or something. It's so hard in here. Can't see no tracks. I'm gonna look on up this road here. Maybe I can see some tracks where they come across.
I just feel like people don't give Sasquatch the respect he wants, you know, the respect they need.
The one went up over the hill.
Definitely.
Right? The other one must have went up this road.
Even myself, you know, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, I got a t-shirt in Silverton where there's been several sightings, supposedly from the train. We went four-wheeling, and I was looking for him. Then the day I didn't go, I think my bestie, who doesn't believe in Bigfoot, and her husband saw a moose, and then they saw Bigfoot. But yeah, when I was up there, I got a shirt that says, Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either. So, but no, I really believe that they're out there.
I better go
Yeah,
back and
they
get
are.
somebody. Wes and them.
I think even if you don't capture it, you know, even if you don't see it or if you don't capture it, even if you don't see it walking around you in that certain area,
Drinking
or if
coffee
like
every
you don't
day
capture
didn't
it on
work for
camera,
me, but I couldn't figure
doesn't mean it's not there, you know.
Right. Sorry about the commercials.
Maybe he'll come around you. Maybe he'll come around your camp at night and just kind of bother you
until
a
I
bit,
went
you
from
know.
184.
Right? There was a cool story about this couple that moved into a new place, and Bigfoot was like looking through their window and stuff.
Wow. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, my brother's. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know, it's like it's just curious, you know.
Right. And that's what it was. Like, he wasn't trying to cause any... Yeah, he wasn't trying to cause any trouble or anything. He was just like, who's moving in? Like, who's my new neighbors? And it just scared the crap out of him. Which is understandable. Oh, yeah. I think I know one of the guys that was in this video. Shoot, I can't remember his name. I had him on the show once. I want to get him back again before he passes, but he's got Bigfoot recordings and stuff.
Todd Standing?
Huh? No. No, I have to look it up. I'm so bad with names.
Standing? That's funny. People were like saying that look that Sasquatch looked like Todd Standing's wife, you know? Jesus.
Oh no.
It's like they were saying
That's
that.
Alright.
Yeah. And people were just like saying that was his wife, and then, you know, Sasquatch
Oh yeah, where it's
Sasquatch
like
suit.
running and it looks back.
Like, what?
Yeah, seriously?
Yeah, or just like in the bushes, you know, with like trees, you know, covering like that. Like, I don't know. I mean,
She was a hefty woman.
yeah, I mean, why would it be his wife like that?
Maybe one of your
I
good
don't
friends
know.
or
People
something.
are such critics. Yeah, I mean, people are such critics anyhow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just so.
I'm gonna have to look his name
They
up
don't
on
believe
break
it, you know.
and let you know who it was. I'm pretty sure this is one of his videos because he is quite aged, and like I said, I want to get him back on the show before he's no longer here because he's just got a wealth of knowledge. He's very intelligent, and I don't know, got closer to Bigfoot than I really ever have. I think this is the one where it runs behind that big log that's laying down. I love the sound of the 9mm going. Yeah. Oh, snap. What is he, like, running or something? Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, Patterson Gimli,
No.
the Patterson Gimli film.
I believe that's what it's called, but that's not the name of the person that I talked to. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is one of the members of the crew that was out there. But I don't think that's a person in a suit. Like, give me a break. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
90-degree weather. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a zipper, I don't see nothing, and that's definitely not a woman in a freaking Bigfoot suit. That thing is not afraid of these humans. You know, it's probably like, I dare you to approach me. It's not running or nothing, it's probably had a hard day. Look at, just like the other one, look at how long its arms are and the shape of its head. Like you said, it looks like it's related to a gorilla.
Yeah,
Look at those glutes.
Back too.
Yeah.
Big butt too, you know.
Yeah, I got one of those Brazilian butt lifts. Just kidding. No, I think it's really Bigfoot. Like, no way, especially back in that day. Could you really fake that?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it is kind of hefty looking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just
And especially, like, from the distance he
brush
is. Could you imagine if it was right next to you, how big that would actually be? It's huge. I wish they'd pause and, like, zoom in on the face.
Yeah. That is a strange video, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Isn't that, like, one of the originals?
You know, Sasquatch yeah, yeah.
And on that same trip, like I said, he got all kinds of recordings of, like, them talking back and forth and stuff like that, so far as the Bigfoot, because it was more than one that was out there. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You judge. Wow. That was pretty interesting. Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
Well, on
especially
that note,
last one.
Yeah, for real, like, and that was a really good one, especially for the age of it, and being out in the mountains and stuff, packing. That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have to go to our first music break. Sweet. So on this break, we're gonna have Gravity from Krakow, Poland with Take a Walk in My Shoes. We have Jeff Hilliard from Los Angeles, California with Abandoned. Gravity again with Throw You Away. And Fred Johnson III from Canyon County, California with Sugar. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break.
Down the street, thinking all the things you said you need. Well, don't you tell me, baby, how do you feel? So I walk down the street, thinking all the things you said you need. Well, don't you tell me, baby, how do you feel? Don't you take a walk? Well, don't you take a walk in my shoes? Why don't you take a walk before you tell me what to do? Don't you take a walk? Don't you take a walk in my shoes? Why don't you take a walk before you tell me what to do? No, it's easy. You tell me what to do. Have you ever stopped to think all the things that I've been through? No, it's easy. You tell me what to do. Have you ever stopped to think all the things that I've been through? Don't you take a walk? Don't you take a walk in my shoes? Don't you, baby, take a walk before you tell me what to do? Don't you take a walk? Don't you take a walk in my shoes? Don't you, baby, take a walk before you tell me what to do? I our love go wrong, my sugar?
Welcome back, guys, gals, and ghouls. Tonight we have Mr. Adrrian Beletso on, and we are talking about high strangeness in the Four Corners. Welcome back, Adrrian, and thanks for hanging out with me tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for some reason, even last week in my StreamYard is really glitchy. I hope it's not for you, but... And then the internet tonight. It's like, come on, man. Hmm?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty, so, I like the way that you advertised it before I sent you the advertisement for the show tonight. So many different things that we could discuss. I don't know. What was your very first paranormal experience in the Four Corners or the Southwest?
Let me see. The very first.
Yeah, perhaps we should start at the beginning.
Huh. I'm not even sure. I don't know how far I have to go back, but it, I guess it started as a youth. And I had lived with some of my uncles down on the farm roads in Shiprock, and there was always stories that they had, why we shouldn't go outside at night, and you know, um, just stories that originated from their house, from down the farm roads down in Shiprock,
Where's that cupcake
close to the
thingy?
river, and
It's not.
how
Yeah, I didn't see it in there.
they would talk
We're in
about
the kitchen.
seeing Sasquatch, and
It was by the sink, but I put it on the
just
other
kind
counter.
of some different stories that they shared with me, like one of my mom's grandparents, my great grandparents. The grandpa was a medicine man, and I guess there's a story there that he had seen that Sasquatch come out from that area, and how he had told it to go back from where once it came, which was kind of strange, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so it's always been within I would say it's always been within the family, Sasquatch, like from great grandparents to their children to my mom's generation and so on, like myself, and then to my baby niece. So yeah, I mean, definitely. I remember seeing Sasquatch prints when I was very young down in that river area. They just kind of like, yeah, it's there, and they just kind of go on with their day and stuff like that. And
So when you said that your uncle told you about Bigfoot and it was in this certain area, towards a certain area, was that the same area that you had that encounter?
No.
Okay. I just had to ask before I forgot.
I was always watched over, I would say, as a youth up until my teen years, I would say. And in that same area, my uncle did see a Sasquatch. He, I guess, my little brother said he seen some kind of black figure in that area, and how he didn't know what it was. You know, we I don't know, it's so strange. I mean, I think so. Everybody's got their own. Within my family, they got their own, um, stories. You know, of Sasquatch. Like I said, like my little brother. Um, I don't know. I think that's the only person I know who seen Sasquatch. So
Your little brother?
besides myself, not seen it, but yeah, he said he's seen a black figure, down by the river, and he said it was, crunched over, and like hunched over. It was like drinking water or something. He said, and it was just like what, like, and he's like, I don't know. It's just right there, and then we all looked that way, and it was gone. It's like, okay, like, did you really see that, or it's like strange like that.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that you say, like, it's always been in the family and it's been passed down. And I don't know. I would like to say, I think every family has that, but I know my family has that sort of, you could think of it as a curse or a blessing. Really depends on how you look at it. But it's interesting how it does get passed down genetically or, through the family.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh, I do have another story about my uncle who was almost abducted by a Sasquatch
Oh, wow.
in within that same area. Yeah, but he lived in a different household, further up the road, and these were his cousins that he was playing a card game with one night, and then they were playing a card game in this Hogan, and that Hogan was very old, and it was like it's like an old ceremonial grounds. So anyhow, so they're playing cards, and one of his cousins said he sees a hand, coming through that window. And my uncle's like leaning back, like, towards the window, like, I don't know.
He's
Yeah, he's like
reaching
kind of
for
like
him?
leaning back on his chair, yeah, and he doesn't even notice. And his cousin said this hand was coming closer, it was just like really close, like that close. And, as he was like leaning back, he kind of leaned forward, and he said that hand back of him missed him like that. And as soon as, that hand went back in or outside, they said that hand looked like a Navajo's hand. Like a native hand, but just kind of hairy, like, right, like,
Oh, wow.
just kind of hairy, but it just looked like a Navajo's hand.
It probably went up
Old
here a
Navajo
little
guy's
bit.
hand was just kind of like, yeah. I mean, they didn't really say too much about it. They're just like, kind of like, what the hell was that? And then their father came in, and they asked their father, who passed away last year, sadly, that was my grandfather, and they asked him. They said, "Hey, what? We know that was you," and he's like, "What are you
What?
talking about?" And they're like, "Yeah," and he's just like, "What do you guys? You guys are stoned, just you guys smoke a lot without because back then they used to smoke weed and they still do, but he was just kind of like, you guys are just high, and uh, I
He's
don't
like,
know.
why
They
you
said
guys
no,
tripping?
we thought that was you. Yeah, yeah, and just then, they were having the conversation. They said that these dogs were barking and they were chasing something down the river. Back, they were chasing. They said they were chasing something. The dogs were chasing something down the river, and to me, that was the Sasquatch.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, yeah. So like I said, it's always been in the family. Um, I do have like my uncles. I don't know. They're kind of full of shit sometimes. So I don't know
Well, yeah, it's
if
like, how can I tell when you're messing with me,
some of
and
the
how can
stories.
I tell when you're being serious? I need to figure out
Yeah,
what's going on.
yeah. It's like, are you,
But
yeah,
sometimes
it's
when
like,
I'm
are you
serious,
guys
I kid because
telling
I
the
don't
truth
want to
or
scare them.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like, I was kidding, like what, like you, that's crazy. Anyhow, so um, my uncle has a. I have another story about one of my uncles in that same area where they had, or that same uncle, was with another cousin, with his cousin on the back of a tractor, and they were going home, and they said they noticed this little black figure. It was kind of peeking out behind a tree, kind of just like curious, like, and they said it was the control, but they said it was black, and I don't believe it to be a troll. I kind of think it was a baby Sasquatch. Kind of curious.
Yeah, it's hard to, I don't know, especially if it's kind of shadowed or in the dark or whatnot, because some things could be shaped similarly to other things, depending on like what situation or what position it's taking, whether it's squatting or whatever. I also wanted to mention, if you're getting an echo, do echo cancellation on your stuff, and you can also use headphones. That's supposed to help too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of in and out, but it's not so much. So, yeah. I do have a headpiece, earpiece thing, so
Mm-hmm.
I can use that. Yeah, and that's kind of like the earliest Sasquatch, and then those are my uncles. When they're like in their 50s now. So like I'm, in my 30s, so I'm just like this, you know, from them being so young in their teenagers, I was probably still a kid, or maybe even a seed. I don't even know how old I was then. That's just like one of their stories. There is a story of this one uncle, a different uncle in that same area, how he said that he was hiding in a tree somewhere, and he said he heard this person walking up, and he thought it was his brothers or his cousin or something, just somebody walking around in that area, and he said he seen this little old person, and he was really old, and he had like raggedy clothes, on him, and it was just like he kind of thought, well, he just stayed quiet, really, and he came back, said it was he's seen a troll, so I don't know if it really was a troll, so.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, for them to even share the story, you have to know that they really believe they saw it. And also, like, I don't doubt it because I've seen so many different things, like little people that are only like this big. They look like human, but they're really small. And then those gremlin looking things. Another chick that saw it called it cobalt. The cobalt. But I don't know. To me, it looked like a gremlin, but its ears were a little shorter. But I don't think I've ever seen a troll. But I do believe they're out there. Oh, can you hear me? I can't hear you now for some reason. Oh, hold on. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm still here. So I was just trying to plug in the Bluetooth thing, but it doesn't seem to be working right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, when we go on break, look in your settings and you can do like echo cancellation and that should help. You could even do it right now if you wanted to. It should be pretty easy. Like for me, it's right in front of me, but it could be different for you. I don't know what your layout looks like. Yeah, that's what the guy that I talked to on StreamYard said. He said, make sure they're using Google Chrome or Microsoft Wave, and also headphones, and do the echo cancellation on your sound settings.
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's kind of in and out,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right. I mean, how would I really know if that particular uncle was telling the truth, or he was just full of shit, so
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'm like, I've known people like that. Even my dad used to have fun messing with me, so, it's like, it's hard to tell sometimes. Are you being serious or are you just messing with me? Because right now, I'm not quite so sure.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's like, hey, what? Yeah, for sure. Huh. Um, yeah, I mean, so like, anyhow, so like after leaving the reservation for so many years, right? Even though I've never seen Sasquatch, I've uh, I've seen it in my dreams. I've had so many vivid dreams about Sasquatch. Just always in that area, and just always kind of like haunting. And even now, like I wouldn't even say now these days it's not so much. I mean, not unless I kind of put out that intent, like I'm looking for you, the Sasquatch, like I'm looking for you, I want to find you. Then I find it. It end up finding. It ends up finding me. I would say it's like so. It's definitely. I believe that whatever you put out, frequencies, or let's say you want to. Let's say you want to get away from your family and stuff. That kind of intent is pretty it's pretty in. I don't know. It's pretty dangerous. Is all I'm trying to say. It's like it's real. You know, um, it's just real like that because like I remember before I went out to the Chuska Mountains that spring, it was coming springtime, and I put out this intent that I wanted to go somewhere, and I wanted to be somewhere beautiful, and I just needed that. I needed that, and I just kept like kind of like putting it out there, and all of a sudden, my friend's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "What the hell?" Long lost buddy from, from the Navajo Nation. He's like, "Hey, Adrrian, what's up?" And do you want to come and work for me as a sheep herder? I'm just like, what? Like I don't know how to herd sheep. And he's like, it's easy, it's just easy. You just take out the sheep and run after them. That's all. It's like, oh. So I was like thinking how hard it could be. And, first day I got there it was interesting, hearing that vocal Sasquatch warning, I would say. Yeah, I didn't see it. I know it came around every night, but it's just so strange how it kept coming around and just kept bothering me like that. So,
Did the
yeah,
sheep
so
pick
I
up
believe
on
it's
it?
real. I mean, I think they were more quiet, kind of like just kind of to themselves and like just I don't know. I was just say they're quiet. The dog. There was a dog there too, a sheep dog, an old dog,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even hear him bark that first night, or the second night, or whenever that Sasquatch came around, and just so strange how I would say unbothered it was, right? I
Well, yeah,
mean,
it's kind of
maybe a
like you were
Sasquatch
talking
was,
about putting out certain energies and stuff. Like maybe it wasn't putting out a threatening energy, and maybe it just got by. Because generally, like animals pick up on stuff like
yeah,
that. So I was just thinking, like kind of like
yeah,
UFOs put their shields up or whatever. Maybe it's got something like that. Maybe it didn't have any interest in the sheep, so they didn't feel threatened. Energies can be felt through, I think, different creatures, entities, etc. Like you can pick up on the vibes, basically.
yeah. That's true. So true. Like it probably was just in a mutual curious, you know. But then it kind of comes down to the stories, like them old stories, like people were like, "Oh yeah, I seen a Sasquatch carry a sheep away." He's like
Mhm.
having it in his arm. He's like running, and everybody's like, "Really? Oh my god!" And there was this one Navajo lady I met out there, and she was driving around. She was kind of curious, who lived where and stuff, and who was who, and um, and I just kind of gave her, the information. I just told her who I was, where I was from, what I was doing there, whose Hogan that was, their family spot. Basically, in those mountains, you can live anywhere, and you can call it yours. It's kind of like
Nice.
a free thing for natives. I heard that even where they get water is they get it from these white people, and this kind of makes you think like, what? Why would there be white people up there? In the Chusca Mountains, it's like uh, white people are everywhere. So
It's just like
mm,
indigenous people are everywhere.
yeah.
I think, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I think all different races are kind of spread out. And even back in the day, I don't know, I did my 23andMe test only because I did a cancer test that was genetic. So it's like my information's out there already. So I might as well, do it and see what's going on. And yeah, we had like family lore for a long time that we were basically a quarter Cherokee because our mom was half. And then I told my sister recently, I'm like, nope, not Cherokee at all. But we are part black and Egyptian, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, it was just really weird because we had that family lore forever that our great-great-grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee. So I don't know. It was just interesting to see and kind of mind-blowing. There is a 0.01% that it could be Cherokee because it's an unknown trace. And as far as indigenous people go, they're like, I know what I am, so why would I do a genetics test? So that's all I could figure. Maybe we're that much, Cherokee, but I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe so. I mean, everybody wants to claim something, right? I mean, even black people want to claim that they're indigenous, especially on TikTok. They're like, yeah. And then they even know there's this one black guy who says he's half Navajo or something, and
Oh,
they
wow.
look so black, and it's like, how, how are you? I don't question. I'm just like, yeah, all right. He's like already getting hate for that, so um, I don't want to be the one that does say it. Maybe I don't like it, but I'm just not like. Maybe I don't like him personally, but it's like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Like, you want to be native, you want to carry Native American church stuff, you want to practice Native American belief, you want to be the medicine man or whatever. Even he's a powwow dancer, and it's like, okay, whatever. Like, if you say that's who you are, then it's who you are. I can disagree all I want, but that's my personal opinion, and that doesn't mean shit, So it it's just he is what he is. You are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to say you're Cherokee, you're Cherokee. Whatever.
I know, it made me sad because, like I said,
Everybody wants.
it wasn't even till my 40s and I'm like, then I know what I really am. And I always knew I was, quite a bit Irish because my grandma was straight Irish. So I knew that part, but I don't know. It's funny how this certain thing, like people have labels and I really hate that. But at the same time, I've caught myself doing it even to myself. But yeah, like thinking that I was for so long, all these stories my sister would tell me, and it's because one of our aunts told her this. But I'm thinking this aunt was probably like a pathological liar or something, because otherwise, like, what the hell are you talking about, woman? Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I felt
Jesus
bad because,
Christ.
like, my sister, she's put away, but just like, I don't want to tell her, but I told her this last weekend, and she's like, no way. Yeah. We all believed it. But yeah. Anywho's, like, as far as family curses go, ours is I don't know, really crazy. Of course, there's Irish luck, which, if I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have luck at all.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, I mean, so like with the whole family thing, like with the whole uncle, troll story that just kind of stuck with me. Um, like I said, like in Toyak, where I've heard those voices that one day, how would trolls know how to speak English? How would these little people? I know I wasn't the weed wasn't that strong. Okay, let's
Right? It
say
wasn't
that.
that good.
You know,
I heard
yeah,
stories about
yeah,
Acapulco
weed
Gold that was like
is
from the 70s and 80s or whatever, but yeah.
yeah. So like, it's just a strange. Things are so strange, especially talking about little people. I mean, that is a very touchy
That tripped me out,
subject.
and I only saw it once, and it was up
I remember.
Wildcat Canyon Road. And it's funny because you know how you put something down, you know where you put it, but when you go back to get it, it's gone. Or your favorite knife, or your pair of earrings, or your lighter that you need for your cigarettes, or whatever it may be, disappears. After a while, I think I was about 16 years old when I realized, like, if I ask nicely, it'll come back, because otherwise I'll spend hours looking for it, then it turns up the very first place I put it. But if I ask nicely for them to bring it back, they will. And I've always referred to them as the takers, because they take stuff, like even your sock. Like, I'm sure they're making tons of socks for them, or some other things, out of our socks that go missing. It's always one out of the pair. Why not take the whole pair?
Yeah, make it a whole blanket,
Yeah.
Maybe they just kind of know, like, they just kind of like mischief stuff, like
Well, like we were talking about energy waves. Maybe they like certain energy waves, and they like chaos and stuff like that. So, somebody's late for work, they can't find their keys. That would be pretty funny, I think, if I were a little person. It's not like you can go to town, but who knows? They probably have little towns of their own. I don't know.
I would say like little underground, maybe underground tunnels.
Well, I do believe there's certain things that live in those. Did you know back east, like, there's underground caves that stretch forever?
Yeah, for sure. And you don't know what that's used for,
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell is running around down there?
I know. It's like, there's so many theories. And where does it go? Are there different pathways that go even further down to other dimensions? I don't know. But yeah, I have to tell you, I got suckered in the other night. So, I watch YouTube a lot, and they have those shorts. You see videos, then you see that group of shorts. And one of them was about this creature in the Antarctic. And so I was like, I want to hear about this. And it looks like animated, could be AI animated. But this guy's got a really interesting voice, and he's telling the story about him and his friends parachuted into Antarctica, and they were accidentally, dropped into the wrong location, supposedly, and they land, and they see this really large cave opening, and as far as the map goes, there's nothing like that, but this is kind of like uncharted land. So they go in there, and like the ice shapes and everything like that are just very beautiful and very intricate, and they've never seen anything like it in their lives. And, they get in there quite a ways, and then all of a sudden they see this really huge, enormous claw print with claws coming off of it. And one of them wants to go deeper, and the other one's like, no way, look at this thing that's in the ice. And then the other guy's like, well, that could have been from hundreds of years ago. And as they're arguing about it, all of a sudden they hear this roar, and then this enormous, kind of like the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Looks like Sasquatch, but albino, but I don't know. Kind of like the Bumble, but more vicious. Yeah, he comes walking, and he's very, very huge, and they're thinking, like, we're hiding, he doesn't know where we're at, but come to find out this thing was more intelligent than them, and ended up grabbing his friend and eating him. And while that's happening, he runs out. And then as he runs out the opening of the cave, there's all these helicopters and tanks and vehicles from the military. I know there's a military base up there. But yeah, it wasn't until the very end where I went and checked out the link, and it's all just stories that they put animation to, but they totally sucked me in. I thought for sure, but you know what? Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, and this could be a true story made to sound fictitious. I don't know. But yeah, I believed it for a second, then I was like, oh man.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, I just think there's some stuff that the government is hiding. That maybe something like that they're just trying to cover up, and only they know. They're not going to release that to the public because
liability.
Because I don't know. I mean, like, people say all kinds of shit. That's why.
Well, yeah, and I feel like,
fake,
if you join the military, you're their property, and I think the government wants to own us anyways. And it's like they want to look over us as if we're sheep. But guess what? Sheep get slaughtered, and I'm not going to be a sheep, so I don't know. Like, I didn't trust the government before I joined the military, and then after I did, I really don't. So it's like being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Did you hear recently that they're trying to take away basically our First Amendment rights?
What is that? Like,
it's freedom of speech. Yeah. So, and it's mostly to do with TikTok, but that's just the beginning of it. But you can't sit in your car and complain about how much food costs. You can't sit in your car and talk about how you can't pay rent because it's, so much higher than it used to be. All these certain things, it sounds like an 8-year-old or 10-year-old wrote this. It's so petty and pathetic, and I can't believe they're even trying to pass it. But yeah, they're trying to make it to where you'll get jailed or you'll get moited. I don't know. Like, did you see so many things? Like the guy from Boeing, he's supposed to go to trial recently, and it was like one of the last days he was going to give his statements, and all of a sudden he unalived himself in a parking garage. I don't think so. There's so many weird things out there, and the government's a big part of it. Just like the alien thing, like they're doing a slow releasing of information, but it just seems really repetitive, and they're really not telling us. They're just letting us know the tip of it. If we really knew what they were doing, which some of us do, people would be really pissed off or really freaked out.
Yeah, for sure. I think they have released a lot, though, like a lot of information. I guess it's only up to people to decide whether it's real or not, or I mean, there's like a lot of information already out there, but there's so much more, that people want. And maybe they'll never discover. Maybe they already know the truth to that. Maybe it's true that the government is hiding stuff, and they don't want you to know certain stuff, and making new laws and stuff. And that's crazy.
Really is.
The government hasn't always been good, I would say, especially like to Native people. Old Indian wars and stuff like that, and old promises, broken treaties. I would say like even promises rations, rations that have gone spoiled, you know, their generals stepping out of places, doing things that were inhuman or whatever, and the natives end up killing, and end up the whole tribe had end up paying the price for that. I mean, so I just think the government is pretty shitty, and a lot of governments are pretty shitty,
I
Japanese
agree. Like,
government.
can we just do our own thing? Like, we'll be a peaceful people and we don't really need the government, especially the way the government is today. I'd rather not have a government and us just run our own stuff, but they don't want that because look at how much our senators and other people are making. They're making so much money and they're in their offices. Like, some people die, like, while they're sitting there on the panel in office because they're so old. It's just ridiculous, but we do have to go to another music break.
All right.
So think about what you want to talk about next hour, and I'll think on it too.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so on this break, we have Gravity from Krakow, Poland, with My Last Goodbye. Dan Medina, who used to be in Gravity, who, kind of like Justin Timberlake, shot off and did his own thing with I Won't Let You Go. We got Jeff Hilliard from Canyon County, California, with Good Life, and Fred Johnson III with After Dark. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
things come being said. Streets of these high going to dead end. Listening to waves on windy days, standing by the wall, making sense of it all. So alone in the dark, all alone in the dark, all alone in the dark. You're alone in the dark. 'Cause I won't let you go. You're so far away, always with my soul. I won't let you go. Oh, you're so far away, always with me in my soul. Yeah, yeah. Looking for a reason, not a lead. Mystified, lives inside a world selling us all. Oh, she's alone in the dark, all alone in the dark, all alone in the dark, so alone in the dark. 'Cause I won't let you go. I won't let you go. You're so far away, always with me in my soul. Yeah, yeah. And I won't let you go. And I won't let you go.
Excuse me! Excuse me! You got a cigarette? Hey, you help a guy out with some spare change. Anything will do, man. God bless you. Can I just get your change? I missed the bus. I gotta get 6 right down. I'm not an animal! Moving like a steak knife. This is a good life. Dancing in the moonlight. I wanna be inside of you. We got plenty to do till the 1:45, and I know you
the perfect date, yeah. Living at the dark, I search lonely streets to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, after dark, I gave her base because she had the range. I knew she was the one that never could go home again. Plastic life by limo seats. I don't know why I can't control this urge to hurt again. Yeah, living at the dark, I search lonely streets to find hidden shadows in the dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Chasing things that murder forever after. No matter what I say, after dark. Feeling ran to arguments and fear. Hiding place with days of December. Concerning works furnished in the bandage. It doesn't matter what I say. It really doesn't. No matter what I say, after dark. It doesn't matter what I say. Secret homicides arranged in a series of pursuits. No matter what I say, shades in the sky, murder forever after. It doesn't matter what I say. Brooding fatal, lacking the hint of conscience. No matter what I say, after dark.
Welcome back, Welcome Crew. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Tonight we have Mr. Adrrian Beletso on, and we've been talking about high strangeness in the Southwest, but mostly for me, it's like the Four Corners. But welcome back, Adrrian, and thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry about the sound issues and the internet and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's our last hour. We have about 45 minutes or so for the last of the show. What would you like to talk about?
I don't know. Maybe just maybe about missing and murdered indigenous women. You know,
Definitely. I agree. Thank you so much. Because it is something on my mind, but it's like my kids get upset with me because I forget certain things, and I'm like, I can't remember everything. But yes, that's a very important topic, especially, well, not especially in our area, but any indigenous area, whether it be, I almost said Canada because I like to call it that. But in Canada or wherever, all over the world, there's missing indigenous women. But yes, thank you so much.
yeah. You know, I think it's like one of those things that people just want to keep on a hush hush. You know, not, I wouldn't say people, but just the government,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, they just want to distract you. especially from like TikTok and
Oh
Facebook
yeah.
or like Instagram or like YouTube or something. They just kind of want to distract your whole mind from that.
And it's funny because, like, I feel like we talk about certain things that are really happening to us in our lives, and you wouldn't believe, like, how many times I've been grounded or blocked or, given the warnings. If you do this again, you're going to get blocked. But it's hard not to because this is everyday stuff happening. Yeah, please continue. And the TikTok thing, too, that's where the whole trying to get rid of our First Amendment rights, like, they don't want us talking about our problems or about the government or anything like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think TikTok's personally like I don't know. Some things
If you
I don't
can't
like,
tell,
and some
like,
things
from
are okay.
my profile on TikTok, I only have one video. And so many people get big off TikTok, but it kind of scares me. So, I put my big toe in it. And yeah, I haven't gone back since. I've thought about different things to do, but for some reason I just don't go there. And I think it's for a reason.
Yeah, you should definitely put up some more videos.
Yeah?
Like some yeah, like even like maybe stuff from your own show, maybe like certain clips, maybe certain little narrations and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, like you said, it's up to you. Um, a lot of people get paid, to do that stuff. So why not
Yeah.
try to get paid? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do is shut down the whole thing so people don't get paid.
Well, I think it's because people are saying the truth, like inflation and all this stuff. Like, it's happening here in America. If you look around everywhere else, everybody else is fine. But here in America, we've been totally inflated, whether it's realty or food or clothing or rent. Everything is outrageous. Pay you get at work does not amount to the pay you pay for all this other stuff. And so, like I said, it looks like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old. This is not fair. I want this person to quit, talking in their car about how expensive food is, how expensive rent is, why they're homeless, yada, yada, yada. This is no longer allowed on TikTok. And it's funny because I told my husband, I was like, they're trying to make it where unless TikTok sells itself to the United States, they're going to block it. And he's like, well, that's totally illegal. I'm like, do you really think they care? It's the government. They can do whatever they want. And it seems like the further we get in time, the more they don't care. They're kind of flamboyant about it, I think, or ignorant.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, it's not like it's not like that. Missing and murdered indigenous women don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sorry I got off topic.
That subject, like, it's not that, like, it's not like it doesn't get talked about because it does.
It's just swept under the rug.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've watched this other podcast with these other chicks, and they're like, I forgot what their names are, but I'll probably send it to you. And they got a whole, list of women they talk about and things that happened to them.
Right.
And how big of a deal, yeah, how big of a deal it is, and it doesn't make its way to like international news. Like the whole Gabby Petito case, or, the whole whatever case that they have out there about other non-indigenous people.
Yeah. It's crazy how that happens, right? Like, this is a really pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl, and, you know, she was in a domestic abuse relationship, and all of a sudden she disappeared. There's thousands, like, thousands, all the time. Why is this one so big? Why can't it be, I don't know, like you were saying, like more indigenous or, you know, more widespread? That should be talked about more.
Yeah, for sure. Like the manhunt for Dylan Redwine, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like how many native kids have gone missing, you know,
Right.
and they they ain't talked about like that, you know. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's kind of like maybe just a
I don't
cover
like
up.
it either, but it's like, when it's a child, that's, I don't know, I think it touches people's hearts more than if it's an adult. So that's the only thing I could see about the Dylan Redwine thing. But at the same time, remember, to me it feels like last year, but it could have been like 3 or 4. There was a little girl and a little boy that were kidnapped. I don't know if it was from Gallup or where it was. And then they found their bodies at Shiprock. But yeah, like, I was on track with that because I follow like Four Corners stuff and stuff like that. And I was like, what the heck? Like, where'd they go? And they got kidnapped like right off their block. It's not like they were walking around town or something. Somebody came into their neighborhood and nabbed them. And then, yeah, drove them all the way out to Shiprock and left them there. I think it was the female they left there, and then they took the little boy. And I can't remember if he was murdered too, or he's the one that got away and said what happened. But yeah, like you're saying, even with Dylan Redwine and indigenous children, people don't really talk about it. And that's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Not saying that, you know, what happened to Dylan Redwine wasn't tragic either, but, you know, of course it was very tragic.
Yes.
And nobody deserves, you know, he's just a kid. Like, kids don't deserve that, you know? Kids do not. I mean, sometimes even like like sometimes in our own conversations, you know, at night, you know, where we talk about, and we, you know, like how ugly that is, you know, for, like, who does that to a damn kid? You know, who does that to their own son? Like, it's just a fucked up world, you know,
Yeah, I don't get it.
that we are living in with fucked up people, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like they're just bad people doing stuff, you know, especially the children, you know, that don't deserve it. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean,
And you were talking about indigenous women and indigenous children, and one of the cases you brought up to me was actually an indigenous man. And the only thing that's been found so far is, like, I think it's his right hand. Like, and nobody knows where the rest of him is. And it's like, it's not even really out there. Like, they put an article here, article there. 2 freaking articles? Are you serious? Like, this should be more widespread.
Yeah, for sure. Like, his last known whereabouts. I don't know, just the whole thing that they just kind of they're not bringing it up as much as it should be brought up. But you know what can they do if that's the only evidence? You know.
Well, like you were saying, there was a certain female involved, certain things happening, like maybe you took a certain route, but maybe you took the wrong one. Start again at square one, and then work your way back up. Because wasn't that where he was when he last called his sister, or a female that a lot of us adopt our own family is or was like his sister? I'm not sure exactly what their relationship was, but to me, I don't know, I feel like they're not doing enough. I don't feel like there's as much, like you said, like panic, or they feel like they have to do something. It's just like, it's another case. And we're not even in Chicago or New York or anywhere like that. We're in the freaking Four Corners area. We're not even that big.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. I don't know. I think there is cases. These cases do get looked at
Mm-hmm.
by the FBI or whatever, the government, but they're not gonna tell you or me, hey, this is what our leads are,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to keep uh, putting that on the news, So, um, so yeah, I mean, get swept under the rug.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they won't say anything until they're forced to. Like, people have to pass a law for them to have to share that. And then a lot of times,
where's the rest of the person? Like,
yeah. And where's the rest of the files? Like, they'll share files, but a lot of it is redacted, which means there's black lines through it. You can't hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me now?
What happened?
I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Go on top of the house. Can you hear me now?
It's not Verizon. I can't remember what that is. But no, it's like files. Now they have a law where certain files are supposed to be public. But it's funny because when it comes to certain files, most of them are redacted, where you don't even know what the frick it says because it's all blacked out.
Yeah, I don't know. That is strange.
Indeed.
They did find that person who was responsible for kidnapping that old lady, in Arizona.
Yeah, what happened with that?
A young Navajo guy, and they just said it was that Navajo guy admitted to kidnapping her, and they try to ask him where she was, or what happened to her, and he didn't say anything more about it. He just said he was the one responsible for that, so
He just said I did it and didn't say anything else.
Yeah. Maybe it was like part of the whole SW occult, thing. Sacrificial or something,
Yeah, that makes sense too. Like, I didn't think about that till you brought it up just now. Maybe it's all connected.
Yeah.
Hi, Sandra.
Yeah, maybe certain people are targeted for that, or maybe just randomly. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he was caught, so I mean, it's not like he wasn't,
So are you talking about Mark or somebody else? Because Mark finally was. It was about 5 or 6 years later. Or are you talking about somebody else? The one with the old lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was just a few years ago, right? And even that was a whole, that this lady just ended up missing out of her house one night, and the next day, the family was like, "What the hell happened to her?" Right? And they said they had seen her. The neighbors had seen her and somebody get into the truck and drive away, And so, that was the last whereabouts, the last eyewitness thing, And
Hmm.
so, time goes by, a lot of time goes by, and the family's just like, where the hell is our mom or our grandma, right? And
Yeah.
so this lady was, her daughter, I think, had done a march, missing and murdered indigenous run,
Hmm.
trying to make. I guess she was kind of doing like she was trying to do it as a.
Like a
I
fundraiser?
would think it's kind of like something sacrificial. Yeah, no,
Okay.
like kind of like awareness, and
Yeah.
maybe just as something sacrificial too,
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever done a
like
run. I did one that was a
because
2K and that was a bitch, but yes, that would, to me, feel like sacrificial because I felt like
yeah,
I was going to die. But
yeah, it's like sacrificial, like saying, I want this, I want answers,
yeah,
and I'll do anything for those answers. I will run if I have to. I'll walk if I have to. I'll sweat if I have to. It's like native belief. You that's kind of like how old native belief is. Is you sacrifice, for
hmm,
the greater good. Mm. Um, and they still do that. These days, people still sacrifice themselves. It's ceremonial way,
yeah.
old Native American belief, but um, yeah, that's a whole different subject. But anyhow,
Yeah, I'm about to
so
say, like,
she
maybe
did
that's
that
why I
whole
feel
walk
like,
thing. And,
I'm part Cherokee or whatever because I've always been a people pleaser, but I'm not. I'd rather be Navajo, seriously.
yeah,
When I joined the military, I met a Navajo girl. I won't give her first name, but her last name was Sosi, and we ended up being in the same platoon and everything. And she was my most favorite person in the world, and I just loved her so much. Yeah, even in school, like growing up in
huh,
Cortez, Colorado, there was Utes and Navajos and really cool people from both sides. And some people, you have problems at home, so those lead over to school and stuff. And so I'm not saying anything about one tribe or another, but I do have to say Navajo is my favorite. Just like
yeah.
chocolate's my favorite.
Everybody's got their preference, of who they like or not. And
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't like. I don't know. I personally don't like my own tribe because I just feel like the people are so prideful and they're so
Yeah. Like ego and stuff. I think that's
they just
everywhere.
don't know how to get out there. I don't know. They don't know how to accept different. They don't
Yeah.
know. They don't accept different people. It's like I'm just saying there's not a lot of acceptance within Navajo tribe, but maybe there's in a lot of tribes. Okay, but it just depends on who you are, and
Well, it's just sad to me,
because
and I would
you
say
will
from the beginning, but
find.
it's really not the beginning. It's from the beginning where pilgrims came over and all this other stuff that all this crap started to happen, but pretty sure it started to happen before that even. Because there were so many different tribes and so many different races here already. It's just our history has been erased repeatedly, but I don't know, it just feels like it's something that is ingrained in certain people, like they have to do this. Like, no, you don't. We should all live together peacefully. Like, wouldn't that be better? Look at the zillions of dollars that we spend on war. It's ridiculous. Can't we all just get along? What
Yeah,
is that guy's name? Rodney King. Can't we just all get along? Kind of like as good as Martin Luther King.
and yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Dang.
Sorry, I have mental
I
vomit
guess.
sometimes.
Yeah, that's okay. Um, yeah, it's strange. Yeah, so the whole native lady thing, with that Alameda gay case, that guy ended up coming. He ended up coming out saying it was him.
So he turned himself in.
And you know, yeah, he turned himself in, but they were just like saying, "Well, where's the truck? Where's the lady?" And the guy didn't want to say anything else. He was like, "What the heck?"
Because he's ashamed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think he was at the time. I think he did something just because I hate to say it, but there's something wrong with him because there has to be something wrong with you to do something like that. I'm not going to use it as an excuse at trial or whatever,
yeah,
but there's definitely a screw loose if you're going to do this to a nice old lady.
yeah, especially a simple lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to hear a SW story? An SW
Yes.
story, right? All right. So
Gotta turn on the
there's
lights for
this
this one.
story I got from some natives, right? And they were talking about how they had come, driving down this road, this this dirt road, and they were driving pretty fast, and they hit this thing on the road. They hit something, and they just seen it was like a coyote or like a fox, and they know they hit it, and they got out, and they look at this animal they hit, and they said there was a little boy laying there, and they were just like, "What the hell? Like, wasn't that an animal?" Like there was a kind of question like, "That was an animal, that was a deer, or that was a fox,
Yeah.
or something just jumped out the damn. It just that was an animal, They were looking at each other and they're like, "That was an animal, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, and well, what the hell, They're just like, what, 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 what the heck, And so then, the boy ended up getting up and he took off, and
Oh,
I don't know
really?
if he ended up taking off or not, but
Because I was getting really sad for a minute. I
I'm
was
not
like,
even
oh
sure.
man.
Like,
This is a
I'm
kid
not even,
practicing his
yeah,
religion. Because not all SWs are bad. Some are good, but a lot are bad, right?
okay, so
But yeah, I was just like, oh
no,
no!
so like,
I felt so bad about
so
that.
so so like, so that's just part of it, okay? And I don't know what happened to the boy personally, but I think they ended up questioning him, the cops, and they asked him why, why would you become this, you know, shape shifting thing, this, and the boy tells his story, he came from this pair of his new mom and dad, they were practitioners of that sorcery, and they were SWs, and they adopted the kid. His real mom and dad, they they gave him up since childbirth, and so these new Navajo couple adopted this kid, and he became. They wanted him to become a new SW, so he was on a mission, and he got caught. He got he got
He
caught
wouldn't be the
doing that.
first.
So, it was just like, and then the people were telling the story is like, why the fuck? Why would you do that to a kid? Why would you?
Well, it's because it was him and her, and maybe they were like so into it. They're like, we have to spread this to our kid. But I feel like, maybe one was good, one was bad, or maybe they both had ill intentions. But I think this kid was purely good. So I don't think he was like, they're not all bad. Like, there was a story that I heard about two that were running, and they were in the form of coyote, and they're just running, and they're running so fast. They're passing this car and going here and there and everywhere, and they were seen darting off to a certain direction, and they were cornered by the police in this certain valley, like they couldn't get out. And it was a male and female, and they had face paint and other stuff on, and they're like, hey, Chief, we got him, we cornered him, like, what do we do? And he's like, they really didn't break the law, they're just practicing their religion, so let them go. Seriously. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were just running as a coyote. Like, could you imagine? I would like to fly like an eagle, that'd be cool. Or hunt like one, that'd be interesting too. I don't know. And magic has been around forever, since the beginning of time. But I don't know. I have books, and my mom practiced magic, but I'm not brave enough because I'm afraid of what could happen. Because I saw what happened to my mom, so I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to is what you are willing to, give.
Mm-hmm.
What are you willing to sacrifice for that power and that gain? So that's why it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the story.
Well, there was another topic I was interested in, and it wasn't like too long ago. You sent me some pictures or video of a UFO, and I'm like, man, I wish I had some really good, editing stuff where I could enhance this and see it better, because I couldn't see anything. And that's how it is with a lot of cell phones. Even when I was trying to download my stuff to send to MUFON, it looked really like I could see everything on the cell phone, but once I looked at the file on my computer, you couldn't see it. So it was different trials and tribulations to download it. I still have to take the time to send it, but I'm just afraid it's not going to work. But yeah. How many UFOs have you seen? I know you saw one not too long ago. How much do you see those out there?
What do you mean? Like orbs?
Yeah, orbs or UFOs, or is it just orbs?
I think that I just think that I do see UFOs, at night when I go outside and I look at the sky. I see this star traveling the opposite direction of the stars, or going in a different angle, and it's like, why is that one going that way? you know and it's like, remember just telling my friend, maybe he was going home. Maybe they're just like us. They just travel, like, hey, I'm traveling to New York City, I gotta go see some relatives, and maybe that's how they are too, is they travel far, maybe they have to go to work, a different planet, so they're just like, hey, now I'm headed home, and oh, I'm headed to AFC, or whatever. I don't know. That's kind of my theory of that whole um, thing. UFO stuff is like that whole sightings. like different sightings like that, like, and they're way out there. It's not like you can. It's not like you can even film it too. You can't film it. You just have to. You just witness it. Just being a
But yeah, and it's like they were saying
watching
the
what
other
it's like.
day, there's only about 17% of people that have witnessed or seen these things, and the rest of them haven't. And hey Jay, but I'm not sure why that is. Like, if it's like we were talking about earlier about, family lines, and some people call them family curses. They could be blessings, who knows? But I think it's because of certain openness that is passed down genetically to people. Maybe that's why we can see, because cats and dogs can see things we can't. Maybe we have something extra that other people don't. I don't know. I sound weird when I say stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I just think that people don't pay attention to it, and maybe if they do, they're just kind of like, yeah, that's an asteroid.
It's a
They'll
weather
try to make it
balloon.
something else than what. Yeah, then what it's not, and you're just like, that was clearly something.
Mhm.
That has to be something. Why would it just be an asteroid? Why that close? And why would it look like a star? And if stars travel a certain direction, why is that one traveling that opposite way? Why, you know, I mean, just things like that. Like, I believe it though. I believe that there is.
I don't know, all the
That
planets and
there is
everything,
something.
and
They
I just think to think that we're the only
yeah, that
intelligent life out there in the universe is pretty ignorant. And I feel like anything's possible,
yeah.
because even us being here right now is impossible. But at the same time, it's possible. I don't know.
Huh, yeah. Huh. I guess there's just more to life that we don't understand. That we want to know about, like aliens and spirits and Sasquatches and trolls and all that stuff. And I think a lot of people do understand it, and a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people don't too. They're just like, yeah,
Hmm.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, so it just becomes like, for some people it's not that interesting. It's like some people it is like, yeah, I seen an alien, or I seen, I know you talked about that a lot too in your shows and stuff like that, and um, seeing certain ones up close, and you
Well,
wish that
yeah, and
you
like you're saying, like
see a
talking
green
about the
one up close.
paranormal, like to us, it's normal. We've experienced this. But when I moved from Salem Springs, Arkansas to Fayetteville, Arkansas, so out in the backwoods to in town, and I try to tell my friends stories that I experienced, like they wouldn't talk to me anymore and they call me a weirdo and pick on me and stuff. So then I learned not to share that anymore. So I don't know, it's really hard because even as an adult, you try to tell people and they treat you like you're a freaking weirdo. There's something wrong with you. But I don't know. I'm grateful that I experienced this. Like, if it was all the time, 24/7, maybe I do have something psychologically wrong with me. But this not only happens to me, but people around me. So it really is happening.
Yeah, I think it's like happens to people that they are awakened. I
Not the
call it
same
being
as woke.
awakened. They have the yeah. I mean, they know. People that believe in paranormal, spirituality, they have to have some kind of awakeness, you know, being awoke to the great spirit, the higher, the higher power. Um, uh, Christians call it being reborn. You know, myself, I call it being reborn or awakened.
Mhm.
And it once you're awakened, you you're not the same person as you were before.
No.
So some people were awakened their whole life. They experience paranormal stuff their whole life, and so maybe like certain people like that are more spiritual, but at the same time, maybe they're just maybe just have more awareness about a lot, about it all. So, and then maybe that's why you see certain things more than people do, like orbs and aliens and just different kind of things like that, or spirits that you see yourself, and you're just like you are more spiritual that way, you know. So yeah, and
Well,
there's
I
people like
agree with
me,
that.
they haven't been woken.
And like I got really scared 24 years ago. So I was basically pregnant with my first daughter and was having these horrific, like, end of the world dreams. And I woke up and I was sleeping by the TV, so I was like, oh, maybe it was, the nightly news and all these horrible things are coming through. But I think it was real because I've seen it repeatedly, not like one after the other, like year after year, but different time frames and stuff. It's pretty scary.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. Maybe so. Uh, yeah. See, like that, maybe just more in tune, more open to that. Yeah.
So we have about 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes before we go. Is there, I don't know, any last thing? Like, have you had anything like paranormal happening recently, or do you want people to reach out to you with different things?
Yeah, just hearing certain things, like here by myself. Like today, I was like hearing stuff in the kitchen or whatever. I was like, what? What the heck is that? I was thinking, huh, I don't know. I'm just kind of, I don't know if it'll ever stop or, you know, I don't think so. Like when I go to sleep, sometimes like I hear stuff in my room, and sometimes I'll try to fan it off or with my ego wing, and try to say a prayer or whatever, and I still hear it, no matter what. So feathers can't do a whole lot for you. That's kind of what I figured, and things are just
Yeah, and at the
what they
same
are.
time, I think,
Spirit.
I don't know, you have to debunk stuff. So have you, like, looked around, excuse me, looked around to see if there's, like, any droppings or anything like that? I'm not saying it's not happening, but you have to debunk stuff. So you gotta look at your environment and see, like, if there's no droppings and stuff, because mice can be pretty loud. I've heard things in my kitchen, but then going to look, there was no droppings. Then later on, at a certain time, there was. So it just depends on time frames and such, but Just wondering if you've done certain things to try to debunk it.
No, it kind of sounds more like
Slamming?
Yeah, like something bumping into something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like just certain noises, like something hitting something, or like just kind of making a noise. It's like a thumping noise, or like a hitting noise, and it's like, huh, that's weird. I accept it. I I accept it for what it is. Yeah, not.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not true. Like,
Not
definitely, when somebody tells me a ghost story, I eat it up. So I'm just saying, like, because people have asked me, well, did you try to debunk it? Yeah, you know, it was this. It wasn't this, but it was this.
Yeah, there's no way to debunk it because, like, we killed all the rats. You know, we killed all the mice. And I haven't seen any, come out lately. I haven't seen the bread gone bad. I haven't seen, I haven't seen it hanging out eating. So I know it's not a mouse. It's something else. It's maybe it's my landlady's dog. Maybe it's her.
I don't know.
Maybe it's her son. Maybe it's one of her family members.
But you said you've heard it in your room too, right?
Yeah, sometimes I'll hear things and stuff at night when I'm, laying down, and I'm just kind of think it's just
The place settling or something?
what it is. Yeah, I don't. You don't hear it during the day, so how would it be the place settling? Like,
Well, it's weird because, like, you got different noise going on during the day, whether it's the TV or video games or whatever. So you don't really notice noises. But once everything's quiet and you're laying in bed, you hear every little creak and whatever going on. But that doesn't, like I said, it doesn't mean it's not happening. But that's why you don't really notice it for the most part, because there's a lot of other noise going on.
yeah, like the other night, like I was laying there around the morning time, and then I heard this wind. This wind come through the window, and it just sounded kind of.
Was it like a scream?
I don't know. It just sounded kind of different, like
unnatural.
Like it wind. Yeah, just something different. I was like, huh, that's weird. I wonder what that was. I was thinking, like, what? Maybe it's because I leave that, that light on at night, that with these blue, stars and stuff, and maybe it's because of that, and whatever, like in the wee hours that it tracks. Maybe something was attracted to that, like, oh, hey, look at those lights, like. So that's probably what that strange noise was from that thing, or maybe I want to call it a thing. I know it was something, and maybe it was in the spirit. I call them spirits.
Could be. You never know. But it is the end of our time. Can you tell people where to contact you, or I don't know. I don't think you have a website or anything, but no.
You won't.
Talk to me. I'll talk to my friend.
Yeah, you won't. After this, I just disappear off the grid.
Right. Yeah, we have 1 more minute left on Spreaker, but otherwise the rest of it continues. So yeah, we just gotta do the outro for this show because people get offended. They're like, what, you just cut off? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, gotta say, hey.